Okay, this one comes from BOR Updates, posted 7 days ago with 3.8 thousand upvotes, titled, I found the male coworker who's been leaving tampons in the woman's restroom. Should I be concerned?
Yes. Yes.
So, this wasn't what I was expecting to see today. I work in an office in the northern United States. Most of the people who work there are other young women. Just a coincidence, the ratio is about 3-1. The past few months, someone has been leaving an assorted box of Tampax pearls on the counter. Whenever it started running low, another one would just pop up. We originally thought it was another woman in the office, but no one came forward, so we just assumed someone didn't want to admit it. But today I need to prepare the office for a round of interviews HR was conducting, and I got there very early in the morning. That's when I caught my male coworker, around our same age, leaving the woman's restroom, which is when it all clicked together. He didn't notice I caught him since his back was turned to me while walking out. He gets there way before anyone else does and probably wasn't expecting anyone else to be there that early. I went to his desk later and spoke to him about it since the two of us talk a lot. I brought it up and let him know I saw him walking out of the woman's restroom this morning, and he seemed very embarrassed that someone found out. He said the reason he did it was because he noticed the office was largely filled with women and felt bad that everything in the restroom is free except for tampons, so he wanted to do something thoughtful. He never intended on other people finding out. I told him I was just as surprised as him and that I personally thought it was sweet, but how would the rest of you react to this?
It's sweet.
I'm melting here.
I
I
it's
thought
nice.
this was so different. I thought this was going to be a lot different. I thought my mind went dark.
Might still go there.
No, I thought like he was
Like what?
like taking dirty tampons out of the garbage and placing them like on the counter.
Oh, just from the title. Yeah, leaving tampons in the women's restroom. Yeah. Yeah. I think it's nice. It's very nice of him.
I actually kind of I like this episode because that title. I'm reacting with you guys. You guys probably thought the same thing.
Trees had no idea.
No, but that's really, what do you mean? What other way is there to think of it? How would the rest of you react to this? I don't think there's any other reaction to this.
I don't know. Maybe he's got some pervy reasons. I can't really think of any. I don't really know.
Why mask it with a tampon though? Like,
why what?
Why mask it? Like, if he's a perv,
Yeah.
why mask it with I'm trying to help the women save some costs.
Like I said, there might be something pervy. I can't think of anything.
Okay.
So I don't actually know.
So some notable comments say, I'd keep his secret. He doesn't want recognition. He just wants to make the workplace better for the people he shares it with. I can't think of anything concerning about this at all. No,
Right? That's
literally me too.
I can't think of anything. I literally cannot come up with anything. And if you guys have been around, you know that I come up with some fucking crazy shit.
He is a sweet angel boy.
Yeah.
We love him.
Right? I think so. Yeah. I got the green flag out.
So some comments by OP after people said they are relieved it wasn't used tampons because we all are too much on Reddit.
Yep.
OP says, sorry if the title sounded like bait. LOL. It's what happened. Didn't mean for it to sound concerning. I mean, that is literally what happened, but it does sound like bait.
Yeah.
Okay. Another comment says, I'm not going to tell anyone strictly on the fact that our place has dispensers for tampons you need to pay for. And the last thing I want is for him to get an HR confliction with having to pay for them or something like that.
That's kind of fucked up. That's kind of fucked up.
If that's the case, that would be...
Why, if you work in an office building, do you have you have to pay for the tampons? Somebody's running a side hustle on tampons? Like, that's kind of ridiculous. Office buildings always have budgets for like everything. You can't have a small budget for tampons.
And then on the flip side of that, he would get in trouble. He potentially get in trouble for wanting to avoid...
Yeah,
people
exactly.
spending money on stuff that's necessary.
He's spending his own money, then you get in trouble. I find that very interesting. Don't think I've ever... Well, I've never been in a woman's washroom at work. So I was going to say, I don't think I've ever seen...
Have you ever been in a woman's washroom, period?
No. Maybe once or twice.
What?
Sometimes it happens.
No, I don't.
You do. They know. Sometimes it happens.
No, actually, I don't. I can see it vice versa.
Toilets overflowing or something. You open the door. Hello? Anybody in here? hello. You know, you do that thing.
I mean,
but listen, back to my point.
Okay.
I was trying to say, you know, I've never been in a woman's washroom and there's been tampons in it in Canada. So I have to ask you, when you're in your workplace at the office, is that a thing? Are they there?
My workplace, because I work at the best place ever. We have
you know what? I did
tampons.
see them. I did see them because it's a unisex washroom.
Yeah. I mean,
right?
there is a unisex,
like it's
no, the women's one also has. Lots of tampons
There was.
stuff,
It was in the unisex ones when I visited your office because it's like big washing station than just stalls.
Yeah.
Or was it unisex? I don't know, but
there is one.
I could have swore I saw them like in a little jar.
Yeah,
not behind a dispenser though.
There's a lot more in the women's. They have everything. They have pads to tampons, and
that's really nice. Now I'm wondering, all the other workplaces I worked at, how much was there? Was there any support for women there?
I think typically not. I think the place that I worked before this, it was. I'm seeing one of those like pay ones, like the 25 cent.
You've seen those at work?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, because it's not an American thing.
No, it's not an American thing.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. I mean, the most I've seen is like the condom dispenser in like nightclubs.
Interesting.
Yeah. More prevalent in Europe, but yeah. Okay, so you guys have to let us know. Drop in the comments down below. Does your workplace have A, free tampons, B, paid tampons, or C, no tampons?
Right.
I'm so curious to know, how common is it for workplaces to have tampons and pads?
I know. I'm actually curious too.
Yeah.
And my work is fully remote. And the fact that
No, it's not. Your work's not fully remote. They have an office building.
Yeah, we have an office building.
Your position, you're allowed fully remote.
Yeah, I guess.
But like,
I guess there are people that go into the office, but it's not like it's not.
My job, fully remote.
Yes.
Yeah.
Anyways, there's an update that comes 7 days later. Thank you to everyone who commented and helped ease my concerns. I admit I was overreacting a bit. I think I was just surprised and taken off guard that morning when I saw him. This week, I actually went into the office early again just to speak to him in person without anyone else overhearing. I told him that I thought that his gesture was sweet and wanted to know if he wanted to grab coffee after work as a way to thank him. He accepted. First, he thanked me for not telling our coworkers. He doesn't mind if I tell people outside of work as long as I leave his name and personal info out of it. He told me he didn't want to make a big deal out of the gesture because he was used to being in similar situations working around women. He used to work as a lifeguard in an indoor park when he was in high school/college, but at the job it was mostly other men. He told me that the number one task that other guys hated was being assigned to clean the women's washroom when it was time to close. That's because the guy lifeguards could only clean it once it was fully cleared, so whoever was assigned to it would always be the last lifeguard to clock out. But he just volunteered to do it since there was no way to avoid it. He told me that he got to know a lot of the regular women there as well as the high school swim coaches and students on the ladies swim team, and they were completely comfortable around him. They let him in even when they were still using the bathroom as long as they weren't actively changing or butt naked. He thanked me for listening and said he was glad I didn't find it creepy. He also opened up and said the main reason he started bringing tampons, aside from the office mainly being filled with women, is because he grew up the eldest son with 3 brothers and no sisters. And he always wanted a baby sister to look after, but he never got one. So he's really hoping for a daughter one day. I told him I thought that was so sweet, because most men only want a son as a preference, so I wasn't expecting any guy to say that. I offered to pay for the coffee, like promised, and we ended the evening after talking a bit more about home life. We're hoping to make it a weekly thing now after work. Thanks for all your reassurance. Hopefully it's a little wholesome story that'll brighten your week as well.
Nothing but wholesome.
No, actually, I love him.
We need to end this episode on a good note, so that's it, guys. 10-minute episode. That's all you got today.
No, seriously. We should have left this. I should have left this one for the last one.
This is what happens when we don't pre-read them.
I know.
Like our last one's going to be so dark.
I know.
Jesus. All right. Over to me.
Yes.